I think Ekaa is very inspired by ingredients and ingredients only. We are cuisine agnostic. That just means that we're not trying to follow any other cuisine. We have one motto under everything that we do, that create your own blueprint and don't follow what has been established in front of you for so long, and that's just what we want to do. Hi, I'm Chef Niyati from Ekaa, Mumbai. So, Ekaa actually started on the 3rd of December 2021, but we've been in the conceptual phases of the restaurant since 2020 March to be precise. For example, we do have a dish with the fish Bombay duck. The fish is just called Bombay duck, we call it bombil, and it has such an amazing texture. But right now during the rainy season, because it's the breeding season for fishes, all the docks shut, and we don't get that much fish, and especially the Bombay duck. So we've paused that on the menu, and people would just know when the season's back again and we can actually serve them some fresh fish. So that's one seasonal ingredient. The other seasonal ingredients, sometimes just like the gunda or many other things, some berries, whether it's kher from Rajasthan, we'll just vinegar them, or we'll just put them in a brine so that maybe we can use them in the upcoming tasting menus. So I think the biggest part in sourcing this, which has taken us an awfully long time, is getting in touch with the suppliers and directly the growers that actually maybe come up with these indigenous species of particular produces. And why it's difficult is because before this, a few years before this, in India especially, people didn't think much of these ingredients, and some of these ingredients were on the verge of extinction or maybe on the verge of getting lost. So we really had to go back in time and maybe get in touch with so many people. Maybe we also had to tell some growers to grow particular varieties just for us so that we could bring that to the mainstream. And I think that was the most important and the most amazing lesson that we learned, because it took us almost a year to establish our entire Rolodex of suppliers to do. We have an amazing dish, at least it's my favorite dish. It's our koji cured duck. We actually source our duck from Nasik, which is a village in Maharashtra itself. And the duck breeders there, they're still new, but they're breeding this amazing Pekin variety of ducks. And we went to the farm, and this was back in 2020, and I actually checked it out, and I was like, oh, this duck is actually really nice. The fat to meat ratio is perfect. You can probably make a cured duck out of this as well. So we took the duck and we maybe let it go two ways. One was like we almost tried to make like a prosciutto out of the duck, and the other one was our koji cured duck. So the koji cured duck actually has a koji rub that goes over it. It's a few spices and the koji that we actually source from one of our fermentation experts, and we just keep it in the koji for a good 48 hours. Right after that, we don't really wash off the koji. We only dry the ducks from a thread into the drying cabinet. We cool dry it basically, and then we smoke the duck. But it's a cold smoking process, so the duck is practically raw and pink inside. And I think the curing salts have actually already gotten and broken down the proteins of the duck, and that is what makes it so succulent. At the same time, it gives it that umami smokiness that you're actually looking for in the duck, especially when it is paired up with a plum glaze that we make.
So hi, my name is Jishnu. I am the head mixologist of Ekaa Mumbai. Yes, we have some interesting non-alcoholic mocktails in our menu. One of the best selling is the virgin gin and tonic. So it's actually, we make a virgin gin base which actually has a lot of spices. For example, it has cinnamon, it has cardamom, it has cloves, it has cardamom, a lot of herbs. It again has a lot of dehydrated fruits that goes into it. For example, we put oranges, we put lime, A lot of leaves like lemongrass, kaffir leaf, pak choy all goes into it. So we make a base and then we add a lot of it. It's served like a Spanish gin and tonic style with the base as this and with some garnishes and top of it tonic. That's one of our best-selling mocktails in our menu. We have another mocktail which is a combination of cranberry and coffee. So that is also one of the interesting mocktails that we have in our menu. Yeah. So one of our best-selling cocktail, I would say, it's called the Abscission cocktail. It's actually a gin-based cocktail. It has 5 different leaves in there. For example, it has pandan, it has kaffir, it has pak choy, it has neem, it has betel leaf as well, and just some lavender bitters to give you a nice floral notes to it. So it's a nice herbaceous cocktail, I would say. So that leaf actually it takes 7 days process to clean the chlorophyll from it, and just the skeleton part left. You can actually buy it online, but there is a satisfaction that you're getting while you're doing this garnish. So that's why we thought of making it in-house. Yeah, it's actually a 7 days process. You dip them in water, keep it for 7 days. In every day you like to brush the chlorophyll out of it. So yeah. So for the coming menu, we are doing a cocktail which is called the Vitriva. So it has garlic in that. So so we infuse the garlics, the white garlic, the normal garlic in honey for 30 days. So it actually, the end product, it doesn't have a lot of raw flavors in that. It's completely cooked and caramelized, I would say. So it'll give you a nice umami texture to the cocktail.
Hi, my name is Avnish. I head the marketing at Ekaa. We've been talking about Ekaa since November 2020, and I wanted to be a part of it since it's going to be the project that is going to change the entire narrative about food.
So it could be something as simple as what we find in the local markets. I still remember, I don't know how many people would know this ingredient, but in Hindi, we call this ingredient gunda. And people usually make pickles out of it. And there's just a particular community in India, especially the Gujaratis, who maybe make the pickle out of this. And it's unheard of in many other parts. So when I say that you have to go back to your roots, it just means sometimes these beautiful exotic ingredients are right in front of you in the markets that you're walking, but you tend to overlook them because we are very, very enamored right now as well from the Western world, wherein it's all about caviar and foie gras, and it's safe to say that we tend to overlook what is already growing around us, and I think that's changing slowly. So coming back to Gunda, we saw it was the season of Gundas. In fact, right now as we speak, the season is on, and we just got 10 kilos of it and we tried to process it just like olives, and it worked out brilliantly for us, and we just understood the potential of the particular ingredient by maybe troubleshooting it with 7 to 8 different ways, which is what R&D chefs have to do. So yeah.